Greetings, one true comic book readers out there. My Frontline here, and welcome everybody to my comic review. In this review, I'll be reviewing a comic book from Udon, and it's actually the last issue of this comic book, and that is Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers, issue number 8. The grand finale of the epic crossover is finally here, and before I get into this review, this is a wraparound cover that looks like this. So I just wanted to show that to you guys. And let's get to it. So now it's the epic showdown. Street Fighters and Darkstalkers versus Jeddah from Darkstalkers and the fetus that is almost awakened. So, in the beginning it starts off while they're facing Jeddah. And he's like saying, you know, I tried to bring you peace and everything, but since you choose pain and suffering, I'm just going to have to take you down for that. Meanwhile, Anita is trying to destroy his consciousness before the fetus awakens, and she's having trouble with doing so. And just want to show you guys artwork in this. The artwork is drawn really amazing. I love how the artwork is in this comic book. And then Jeddah goes to Lilith, and he's like saying, you know, why have you betrayed me? And Lilith's trying to say that it was just to get closer to Morgan, and of course, he thinks that she's lying, so Akuma tries to take him out with the help of Morgan, but of course it's not going to end right there because he's still alive, and they're having trouble fighting him, and it even gets worse because now the fetus has awakened, and Jeddah orders the fetus to feast on their souls and whatnot. So they try to have a plan to feed a house to it, you know, thinking that it's hungry. And while it's occupied, they try to attack it, and Jeddah's like saying, you know, did you believe that you were gonna be stopping him so easily? Well, guess not. And Lord Gil comes in to get Jeddah by taking out his heart, and then Akuma finishes him off with the Devil Slayer's sword, and that's the end of one problem. Now we have the fetus. That's another problem. So there's a portal that is open, and they want to try to trap it. And Lord Gil's like saying with this newborn weapon, he can return to their world and bring about the future that was basically stolen from him. And since they think that it's insane of him to do that, he tries to talk to the baby, and doesn't stop there actually, because as they're attacking it, Morgan and Lilith fuse together with each other, which they thought would never happen, but it actually did. And she used the Soul Fist to bring forth into the portal, and Anita used her powers to close it. And that's it. The Street Fighters and Darkstalkers won against Jeddah and the fetus. So now everything looks like it's going to go back to normal, where they're going to go back to Earth, while Akuma says that there's dark power in this realm, and he'll find his own way back to where he was. And everyone goes their separate ways. Lord Gil wakes up from people who were praising that he wakes up. But the problem is that his powers are leaving him. He is just a regular mortal. Which is kind of creepy, really. But somehow or another, this tells me in future Street Fighter issues, maybe he'll get it back. Who knows? Meanwhile, we get to where Emily is subbed for a whole month, and Victor's there because Victor and Emily have a connection with each other. And while Elena comes to basically wake her up, everyone's happy there. Chung-Li meets up with Felicia, who is now working at an orphanage with children. So I thought that was actually really nice. And yeah, there's lots of other things, and the ending part really was interesting. Ken pays a little visit to Ryu, actually, with all the training and whatnot, and he's trying to say that he had to battle a darkness, you know, within himself and stuff like that, which actually he asks his advice about the darkness. Now, all of you remember where we saw Violent Ken for the first time and everything, right? Well, let's just say he just shows that to Ryu, and that is the end. I thought it would be a question mark, but it says ... so who knows for that. So mean, it could have extended a little bit more with the fighting, I guess, but I guess only time will tell. It'll continue from there. So that's the end of that. We have the CS versus DS of the fan art gallery, which I show you guys every time I did this, when I do these reviews, just to give them credit for if they see their art out there. And yeah, we also have the cover checklist of this issue. And that's it. So since this is the final issue, like I said, that's it of the epic crossover. I mean, it's really sad to see this go because I was actually really enjoying this comic book, but all good things have to sometimes come to an end. But this was a really awesome comic book. Rating I give for this, I'd say 4.5 out of 5 stars, and the whole series together, at least between a 4 to 4.5 out of 5. This was an excellent story, and as well as excellent artwork, and I would really highly recommend you guys, when this comes out in trade paperback, you guys should definitely get it, because this was really awesome. And for those of you Street Fighter and or Darkstalkers fans, you'll definitely want to pick up this comic book and read it. But this was really amazing, and it got me a little bit more information about Darkstalkers, because I went to this comic book not really knowing who they were, but ever since reading it, it gave me a little bit of an insight, but an epic crossover. So Udon, I give you definite props for and all your hard work you did on this comic book. It was really amazing, and definitely enjoy it. And like I said, highly recommend to you guys, especially when it comes out for trade paperback. So with that, everybody, that is my all 8 of my reviews I did of Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers, and this was issue number 8 of the last issue. Before I go, don't forget to check out the source of ComicFrontline.com, SomeForPodcast.com, and the YouTube game channel Frontline Gaming Zone, because we are the #1 source for comic and gaming news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. In the comment section, please feel free to leave your comments about this comic book. Have you read it from issues 1 through 8? Have you seen my reviews of it, and have you picked up this comic book after hearing this review, or are you going to get trade paperback? Thoughts and anything else, please feel free to leave in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. And also, please feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, because we upload videos for you guys daily, and we really appreciate all the support that you give to us right here on Comic Frontline. And to all your comic book readers out there, my Comic Frontline saying take care, and as always, don't forget to keep watching. Later, everybody.